truck back from Evan's house. Here is a 2020 Silverado 2500 HD with leveling kit, Cognito leveling kit, and some 37s. It's a little height difference right here. I don't know how well you can see it. I'll have to flip it around and park it right next to each other. But even just here, you can see that this truck is about maybe an inch to 2 inches taller. I thought it would be pretty much level just because I'm on 37s, or I'm on 35s, and this is on 37s. But even then, my truck is slightly taller, obviously because it's got a 4-inch kit, but it really doesn't seem that tall. I'm just so used to seeing this truck on that 9-inch lift on 38s. And I'm dropping this truck off for an alignment. It's towed in pretty good, especially like right here. Actually, they're both towed in pretty good. Yeah. Maybe I should tow it out before I drive it. I don't know. But then the camber needs to be adjusted pretty good as well on both sides, yeah. So I really don't want to drive it too much. Everything is good though. I just have to put the cotter pin in for the upper control arm here. Here's the deal. On this side, when I had it a long time ago, I kind of did a NorCal trim on accident. I had bigger wheels and tires, and I guess I was turning and it folded this side in. So now it clears pretty good. And this was probably on a different lift kit, probably on that 9-inch lift on 38. So this side didn't get folded in yet, and I prefer not to let the truck fold it in on its own. And you can see where it's been rubbing. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna try to maybe hollow out the insides here and then try to hammer this in, because frankly I don't want to cut it. I don't like the way it looks if you cut it. I think I like the way if you hammer it in and letting it fold. I think that looks a little bit better. And I do have to cut the front bumper as much as I don't want to. As you can see, I clear. So if I cut just this much right here, I should be good. So that is something we're gonna have to do probably after the alignment. But this one, I want to do it before we take it in for an alignment. All right, from right here, that looks pretty good. Hopefully that's good enough. I am scared that we might have to actually cut the fender right here. But yeah, that's gonna be good enough for now, because I was rubbing like right there at the tip pretty good. And it doesn't look too bad. Here's what the inside looks like. It does help that the one of the installers of this truck, I don't think it was me, but removed the bracket that's right here and then kind of beat this one in already. So that's why I've had a lot of that's why I was able to clear the 38s on 2414 set at 9 inches with the McGoy's lift. Some people said they couldn't clear it, but I was able to make it work because of the trimming. So I spent close to $40 for these bolts because I threw away my factory ones. So I've been driving this truck with the Cognito 5-inch lift and the Nitto trail grapplers for about a week now, and I will say the ride quality is amazing. Was it worth all the hassle of installing this lift kit? I'd say so, but I want to say a lot of it has to do with the tires as well. So you got A+ lift kit and an A+ set of tires. That equals to A+ ride quality. When I had the Fury tires on my McGoy's 9-inch lift, it didn't ride the best. It rode okay. It was loud. And then those, for some reason, at like 70 to 75, it would have a little bit of a skip, like a little hop to it, but that was it. Like once you got below or over that little limit, everything was fine. You just kind of had to know that sweet spot, if you will, and everything was okay. Once I went with the amp tires on that lift kit, it rode much better and it was a lot quieter. And then when I went with the trail grapplers on that lift kit, I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, this is why people get Nittos, because it was like night and day difference. It felt like riding on clouds, and I felt like I had brand new suspension, or whole new different suspension that rode better. A+ tires make a huge difference, and this kit, I also didn't turn it up too much. As you guys saw, the angle is very good, and this kit isn't turned up. It's got proper droop travel, and it just, everything is done, I would say, well, for the maximum ride quality of this truck. I'm very pleased with the lift kit, with the way it rides. And like I said, somebody else in my town had this exact same setup, except he had 20-inch stock wheels on 37s, and he had the Toyos or Nittos. At one point he had the Nitto 37s as well, but that truck is what sold me on this lift kit. I have not been in any other truck, and dare I say, even coilover trucks, that rode this good. So, and this is just with standard Fox 2.0s. I've done a leveling kit on the 2020s with the Fox 2.5s, and that rode actually a little bit better than this, even though it's a leveling kit and people hate leveling kits. There's a very bad stigma around leveling kits and how they just ride like crap. All he wanted to do was run 37s, and he just wanted to be a hair taller. He still tows his camper with it, so he didn't want to really go up any higher. So all we did was install that Cognito leveling kit with the Fox 2.5, and really just didn't adjust the front end. We kept the stock keys in, and he probably had maybe like half an inch of rake, so it wasn't even fully leveled, and that thing rode like a dream. And that leveling kit itself costed just as much as this whole lift kit. Granted, installation was a lot shorter and easier. There's that. Anytime you guys are looking for suspension stuff, I mean, I would highly recommend getting either this lift kit or the leveling kit from Cognito. So if you need the parts, I am a dealer. I sell them on JW Motorsports Co. A lot of people still don't know that I'm a dealer for Cognito, Kryptonite, and AirDog, but I have all those parts that you guys need on my website. So if you need it, go check it out. I haven't given you guys a full tour of my truck since I got it lowered, technically. So we went from 9-inch McGoy's lift to this 5-inch Cognito kit, and I've done part 1, 2, and 3. So if you missed it, go check it out. But let me go over everything. As I mentioned, this is the 5-inch Cognito lift kit, and here is the angle of the CV axles that you guys probably want to see. I did turn it up a little bit. It was completely flat at 4 inches, but once I turned it up to 5 inches, we have slight incline like this. 5-inch Cognito kit comes with this is the Elite kit as well, so it comes with the upper control arms, Fox 2.0 reservoirs. I did order Kryptonite's reservoir mount right there, and then with this kit you have to cut the service perch for proper downward travel. And then we retained all of the Kryptonite front end stuff, like the tie rods, and then the Kryptonite idler and pitman arm. This kit did come with the Cognito's pitman arm, idler arm support kit. Yep, here it is, the Kryptonite tie rods right there. Then the stance, and we just kept the 2414 Hostile Forged wheels that we had, and just changed out the tire size to the Nitto 355s. So these are the 355 40 24, which equals to 35 inches tall, but about 1550 wide. Yeah, I got a little boo-boo right there. That's from a while ago. But as you can see, the tire sits completely flush. If not, it actually sticks out more than the wheel itself. That was exactly the look I was going for with this tire, wheel, and the lift setup. I wanted to have like that bulldog stance. So we're sticking out this much, Tire doesn't have that stretched look either, so it looks really good. And then if we go to the back, we have the traction bars, which is very simple looking traction bar compared to the McGaughy's one I had before. And then this is the non-torsion drop kit, so you don't see the torsion bars. It gets tucked up, and then it utilizes that bracket on top of the lower control arm to tuck in your traction bars. And then the rear, it comes with the 3-inch block. 4-inch lift comes with the 2-inch block, and then the 5-inch lift comes with the 3-inch block. But yeah, here's how she looks in the back. I do need to trim the U-bolts. Fox 2.0s right there. And now the question you guys all have been asking, do I rub? Yes, I rub badly. And I wanted to make this video first, and then the next video we make is trimming, because I kind of just wanted to show you guys the truck as is before we have to start chopping it, because I want to show y'all how much I do need to cut. I wouldn't say it rubs terribly right now. I get maybe 3/4 of a turn, but as you can see right there, most of it is from my other lift kit setup with the big tires, but it's starting to rub up here. And surprisingly, after doing the alignment, I have better clearance, which I thought it would be the opposite. And then this right here, luckily it's already kind of trimmed slash smashed in a little bit. That's from my last lift kit. I turned a little too sharp on theory tires, and I think it like caved this part in, which gives me more clearance, but it's kind of ugly, so I'm gonna have to chop it up and trim it up and make it look better. But yes, we do scrub pretty bad. And if you're thinking about getting this 5-inch lift and you want to do this exact wheel tire setup, you can make it work, but it is going to require a lot of trimming. A lot of people won't tell you how much you have to trim. And then the tow hooks, I am going to change it up. As you can see, neon does not last. It almost looks white, especially like up here where the sun hits. So I'm going to go ahead and go away from the fluorescent neon theme, hence why I didn't powder coat anything on this lift kit. I will be powder coating the reservoir mount though, but everything else I'm just gonna keep it like black, turn this truck into like a blacked out truck. I think that still looks pretty good. That was my original intent when I bought this truck, to just kind of murder everything out and turn it into a completely black truck, but I wanted to add a little bit of accent to it. So here's how she looks from this angle. Looks pretty good. I'll show you guys a picture of what it looked like before with the McGaughy's kit. I do miss all the overlays and how it looked on that 7 to 9-inch kit. I'm starting to really get used to this look, the lowered, wider look, and I'm starting to like it a lot. First of all, I got to remove the McGaughy's decal because it's not running the McGaughy's lift anymore. But I'm thinking about removing the Hostile decal as well. And the reason for that is it looked really good when the truck was big, when the truck was huge on 9-inch lift and 38s. But now that it's kind of smaller on 35s, I think the skull looks a little bit too big, and it kind of takes away from the truck. And I think I kind of want to go for a cleaner look now that the truck is lowered. So I'm thinking about removing the decal, even though it doesn't look too bad because I went with satin black color, so it kind of blends in, but at a certain light slash angle it appears more. So it's not that it's that visible, but still I think I want that whole just the pure gloss black look on this truck, and then change the color theme of the decals down here as well. Now that it's like lowered and wider, it gets dirtier than before. It's been raining all week. I was gonna wash the truck, but it's supposed to rain again. Like, it's supposed to rain for the rest of the week, so there was really no point of washing it just for it to get dirty again. But